First of all, we start by appreciating the host, Mr. Kufri, for having me on this session on building a sustainable system. Yeah, I think it's a very profound topic that we should have more conversation around. My name is Igho Ogedegbe. I am a legal practitioner and I am getting on half a decade of experience. And currently, I am the head of the Abuja branch of J. Ogedegbe and Associate, the firm that I work with. Yeah, so getting into the topic, first of all, I will try to explain what success is, but I will start by explaining what I think success is not, and I will do this very, very briefly. So, because of society has a way of you know affecting our belief system, affecting our ideology, how we see things, and one of those aspects that society has shaped our the way we see things is how we define success, what we think success is. And if you meet an average Nigerian today and you ask them what success is, they begin to tell you that, okay, success is when you get a new job and the pay is good, the work environment is fine, you are living well, you're able to pay your bills, you have certain money in your bank account, and you're driving a good car. That is everything that they call success. But to me, I will go a step further. Why those things that are very, very good and they make life sweet? You know, I think success has to do with achieving purpose, you know, and success happens every day. It's a daily something to be successful. It's a daily something because, um, you know, when we have the big picture of our purpose and we take certain steps daily to achieve um, that vision, and we are successful in those little steps we take towards the actualization of that vision, I think that is success to me. That is you being successful because you are taking step, towards your goal, towards your purpose, and you are achieving them. I can call that success. And I can also say that success is it's relative. For some people, their success may be so um, pronounced that a lot of persons can say, but some other persons, because of their purpose, their plan, it may not be that profound, that big for everybody to see, but they are successful. So that is really what I think success is. Success is when you are achieving purpose, when you are making efforts that are yielding results towards the grand plan, the grand big picture that you have painted for yourself. I think that is what success is to me. Now, going to leadership and followership. There is when I was growing up, when I was in the university, rather, there is something we always say that you cannot be a good leader if you are not a good follower. Yes, because for you to lead, you must learn how to follow, first of all. You must learn how to follow, how to take instructions, and how to abide by those instructions. And from there, you learn how to become a leader. And when you are a leader is someone that, can command influence, positively. It's someone that is affected by you know, by the feelings of those that he is leading. And I think those are very, very, very um, important concepts when it comes to societal growth and societal advancement, leadership and followership. The, in fact, that is the bedrock of society because we have leaders and we have followers in the society. So it's an integral part of the society that you cannot take out of the society. You cannot take it out of the society, because in every society you must always find leaders there, and you must always find followers as well. So I really think that it's a very very important part of nation building, part of societal development. I really believe so. Yes, I will say that what I went through in my childhood affected how I turned out, kind of. Yes, I remember that. Let me just give an example. I remember that when I was in my secondary school and my primary school, I don't like answering questions. I don't like coming out. I don't like speaking in public. And yeah, when I got to the university, it affected me because when it was time for presentation in class, I always find myself struggling, and I never want to, on my own, put myself in that position to want to speak to crowd. Yes, so and even other aspect of my life where I should be more outspoken, you know, I didn't do that because of how my childhood was. If I had, mastered the art of speaking to people in public, talking to, you know, in class and doing presentation from that tender age, I believe it would have affected how I turned out in the aspect of speaking in public speaking and all that. So I, whatever, like I said earlier, our environment has a way of shaping our belief system, shaping who we are. If a child is brought up in a toxic environment that has element of violence and all that, it always shows in the behavior of that child, even when they are grown. Yes, so it's very important to create this healthy environment amongst ourselves and even for kids. One of the first institution of learning, they said, is the family, and family are those people that create environment around us. Our friends, those are people that create the environment around us. Our neighbors, those are people that create the environment around us. So if the environment is bad, it's very very likely to affect the behavior of a person. So I will say that yes, the the things that I passed through when I was a child has a role to play in how I I will act in when I'm grown. Yeah, because I also remember scriptures that says that train up a child in the way it should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. So I think yes, that the things that we expose ourselves to, why when we are small, when we are child, it affects us. Yes. So again, I will try to explain what failure is, for starting with what failure is not. Failure is not the absence of success in a particular event. For example, when you're there are times in our lives where we have tried to do certain things and we don't get them right at the first time, even the second time, the third time. That doesn't mean that we are failures, you know. But failure is when you keep doing that thing in the same pattern, the same pattern, trying to get a different result. That is, I would call that failure. You're doing it over and over again without putting initiative into it, without putting creativity into it, without putting adjustment, making adjustment into it. It's a mindset to me too. When you just look at yourself and you say no, you cannot do it, then you are a failure. You know, failure is not the absence of uncertainty in a particular venture. It's not the absence of you know um, observing your or considering your weaknesses. But failure is when, after you have considered your weaknesses, you have considered your strength, you still refuse to move on. That is what I would call failure. You still refuse to you're not willing to give it a try, that is failure. That is what I would call failure. Then yes, going to school has a big role to play, has a big role to play in the success of a person. Yes, there are different kind of schools. So just for this particular context, yes, going to school has a way of refining you. You know how God is raw, and when God is in its natural, state, you cannot, use it. The value is not much compared to when it is refined. So school has a way of refining your talent, refining, the professionality in you, bringing out the professionalism in you, you know, and refining you. So that is the role of school, really, to sharpen you, to make sure that you are fit. You know, that is just like someone that has flair for cars. Like cars, and he wants to make cars. If you do not go to the school of automobile, learning how to how cars work and all that and the rest, you, even if you have skill of maybe constructing cars, if you don't go, there are certain things that you may not understand until you have gone to school to refine those skills. Or you by yourself, you can go, in fact, like I said, there are different kind of schools, right? So if you don't get that knowledge, you will not be able to work in your full potential. That is the role that I think that's the role that school plays in our life. The role of refining us, the role of sharpening us. There is an adage that says that no man is an island, and there's also a song we used to sing when we were much younger, uh, that we need each other to survive. That is the truth. In life, no man can do life alone. But we see that even real wealth comes with, real wealth are made by conglomerates, companies, and companies is a summation of individuals coming together for a common cause. So networking, it's a very, very, and building relationships is a very, very integral part of our existence, and it's not something that we should live without. So if you isolate yourself from people, there is not much you can do. There is also another that says that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people, so that when you are discussing along the way, the journey is sweet, and before you know it, you are going further and further and further. But you get tired quickly, you get worn out quickly when you walk on your own. That's why we need each other. We need people that are expert in different areas, people that are knowledgeable in these areas, and people that have creative mindsets. Put them in the same team, you see that they begin to make magic come, and they begin to bring out more success than when a single person works on their own. That is one of the disadvantage of being a sole proprietor. You are the one that runs the company on your own and everything, so the potential that you will have will not be as great as that of a company that bring different minds together and do things. So my final words to people would be that whatever they think their dreams is, they should go for it. It takes courage to build something. It takes courage to start. Whatever you want to do, whatever you think you are called for, whatever you think it's your dream, it's your goal, begin to work towards it, begin to move towards that direction of your dream, and do not wait anymore. Do not wait until you are in a particular time, particular material possession, particular stage of life, particular age. Do not wait. Just go for it already and give it your best shot. Thank you so much for having me, Kufri.